Hi, I'm Sean, and today I'm going to be showing you how to transfer an image from your computer over to a piece of wood. That way you can use it as a template for your pyrography. So the materials that you're going to need to accomplish this are a few different things. For one, you're going to need Quilter's plastic template. This is made by Sewology. We found this at Hobby Lobby. The size for this is really important. You're going to need the 11 inches by 8.66 inches. And the reason why you're going to need that size is it closely resembles the size of your printer paper. You're going to need an Inkjet printer. You're going to need photo editing software. We're going to be using Photoshop today, but you can use a variety of different software for that. You're going to need your wood that you're going to transfer the image to. It's important to sand it first. I go all the way up to 1,000. It really comes down to personal preference what you go up to, but I find 1,000 works really well. You're going to need something sort of flexible, but still rigid in order to transfer. I use a pack of cigarettes. Not advocating smoking, it's a terrible habit, but it works well for transferring. And that's about it. Now, because the image that I'm going to be working with today is larger than my sheet of paper, I'm going to split it up into two separate files to be printed out and then apply it in two different areas. Most times the image you're going to be working with can fit onto one sheet of paper, and you can accomplish this without having to split the file into pieces. You can use just one sheet instead. So today is a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to show you the whole process anyways, and then you'll be prepared. Alright, so you can see I've got my image here. This is a drawing that we did of a steelhead, and this is obviously it's going to be too large to be able to print out in one printing, like I said. So I went ahead and I split it directly in half, and I'll post a link for the tutorial that showed me how to do that in the description. But we're going to assume that you're already at that point and you can split it in half. Now, that process gave me two files. And those two files are original image split directly in half. The important part with this is also that you're going to want to reverse whatever you're printing out so that when you apply it, it comes out facing the correct way. So if you'll notice, the original image, the fish is facing towards the left. In order for it to transfer that way onto my wood, I've reversed the image, so now the fish on my screen is facing to the right. So I've just printed my image. Now you're going to want to be very careful when you pick this up not to put your finger in the ink, because it's ready to transfer. It'll come right off the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Now that is a good looking fish head. Alright, so you're going to take your printed out picture and you're going to take the ink side and face it down towards your wood. And then the great thing about these sheets is that they're clear, so you can see exactly where it's going to end up at. Now be careful, as soon as you touch it, the ink is going to transfer. This is where the cigarette pack comes in handy. Just going to press with about a medium firmness. You don't want to press hard enough to move or slide the image, but you want to press hard enough to make sure that ink transfers right over. Go over once or twice over all the ink and all the areas you want to transfer. Really want to make sure that you get all the ink, because once you lift this up, you're not going to be able to line it up again when you put it back down. And with any bit of luck, you should be able to lift it right up. That's beautiful. Alright, so after you've completed the transfer, the cool part about this is these are reusable. Versus doing this on label backing, which is also another option, but it's not as reusable as I found this to be. You just take a blank, dry paper towel. Paper towels come blank, that's how they are. And you're going to go ahead and wipe it right off. You can wet the paper towel to do this. It makes me nervous about removing the coating on the plastic, which may lead to lessened quality of your next transfer on the plastic. So I just take a dry one, take my time, and make sure I get all the ink off. Now the hardest part of this, when you're doing multiple pages, is lining up your second page with your first. I'm sure you could make this easier by putting a line in your drawing or something like that, but this, I'm going to line this up best I can. Just like that. And take the trusty old cigarette pack. And there you have it. You've got your image pressed onto your wood, ready for burning. Now I'm going to put out a disclaimer on this. Obviously, when you transfer this over, you now have ink on your wood. You're going to want to burn, like always, in a well-ventilated space, preferably outdoors with a fan nearby. You never know what you're breathing in with burning over ink, and then not to mention just the burning in general. So proceed cautiously and take your safety first. But now, this is an easier way to transfer over your image to your wood. I hope it saves you some time and some headaches. Thanks for watching.